From our discussion on electric power in the last video, we can see that power, our use of power, I should say, our use of power is additive. And so in the house, as we, I shouldn't say we, I should say we, as we add more devices, we add to the power demand. And that increases the current required. And that increased current increases the power dissipation of the wires. Now, wires have a specific rating, current rating, and you don't want to go over that rating because then the wires would start to heat up. And that's why in homes we have different methods to protect the wiring in the house, and actually protect the house. So one of the ways that we can do that is with a fuse. And a fuse is just basically a sophisticated resistor that will allow a certain amount of current to flow through. And once the current gets to a certain level, this little piece right here just becomes a light bulb. A very short-lived light bulb. And it will melt and break, which stops the current flow. And fuses come in different shapes. These are the old type fuses. Nowadays most automobiles have these type fuses. The cylinder fuses are still used in electronic devices. And the screw type fuses, you might find these in old homes, but most have been replaced with circuit breakers. Now, circuit breakers are quite efficient because you can reuse them. Once a fuse is blown, and you just throw it out. But a circuit breaker is resettable. So as the current flows through a circuit breaker, it will flow through a bimetal strip. This strip has two different types of metals, and it will flow out through the contacts. Now, as you increase the current, this bimetal piece heats up, and because of the bimetal, one metal will expand faster than the other, and it will stretch or bend. And as it bends, it hits this little divot, and it breaks the connection for the current. So now you go and you flip the circuit breaker back on, and 5 seconds later the circuit breaker trips. We're going to do a problem on this to really kind of emphasize a point about circuit breakers. But this is how a circuit breaker works, and these are very useful because they're resettable. But this is how you would protect your house to keep from having your, going home and finding a pile of ashes.